Anyway, the influence that we got at the opening of the program was Ricky Starks in the ring. And now he's a full-fledged heel and he's milking it. He had Steamboat's belt that he whipped him with last week and did a full heel promo while he was shirtless with a yellow backpack vest. It looked like he went to take his second job as a first responder but forgot to put all his clothes on. I don't know what was going, but that's a heel outfit.
Yeah, but for someone whose whole thing is he's Mr. Stylish, I have to say that's one that I was like, is he a construction worker? What is this look here?
Well, I think it was the Village People version of a construction worker where there's no dirt on anybody and the colors are bright, but
Shivani was good here too.
Well, he announced that AEW has suspended Ricky Starks for 30 days from wrestling for whipping and injuring Ricky Steamboat. So there's actually repercussions for people's actions. Imagine that. But Starks, being a heel, got around it by saying, well, I went and got a manager's license, and I'm going to be on TV every week. So that's interesting. Who will he be managing in the corner of with the manager's license? But and then he started promoing Punk and swore to set the whole company on fire because this is war. So it was one of Starks' best promos.
What is war, though? What is he upset about?
Well, he's upset that he had to wait this long to be able to be switched heel and featured on a good television program.
That's the only problem with this. It was all great, but what is he actually, I'll burn this place down. Why? What's the problem?
Well, maybe he found out they want to give him stock for his guarantee of his contract instead of... But it was one of his best promos, and that's the thing. I wasn't sure about starting the show out with Ricky Starks live in the ring for a promo for 10 minutes. Because there is the perception of relative star power, whatever. But you got to break a few eggs to make some lemonade, and to get your talent that you're featuring out there in prominent positions, sometimes you're going to have to do that. So he carried it. He did a good job of it. So that's fine with me. I don't know what you think besides the questionable fashion sense.
But again, he's a heel and he's acting obnoxious, so it kind of works, but it still was like, what the fuck is he wearing? Starks was great here. Starks is great here. He got over as a babyface, but he's best as a heel. And it comes out in a segment like this. He was fired up. This is a guy, he may rehearse what he says, I don't know, but whenever he delivers it, he's fired up and you believe him.
Yeah.
And he's really good at that. Shivani's good in this role, and I liked him here. The manager's license thing, how do you take that? Do you take that as he's injured and we want to keep him on TV, or we need to find a way to do something to establish rules, but we also want this guy on the show? What do you think of that? And then what do you do with it?
We haven't heard that he's injured, have we?
We haven't. I'm just trying to guess out loud.
No, I think this is because here's the thing. This is something different. It hadn't been done lately. The manager's license hadn't been done since the territory days, practically. And do you have him continue to come out and he's already beaten CM Punk. So I don't think he needs a win over a job guy every week.
See, that's my thing. What's he upset about?
Well, he had to have time to flesh that out. And also, everybody's upset that they haven't been treated as well as they think they should, even if they've been pampered or whatever. But the point is, with the manager's license thing, instead of being booked in a match or doing a run-in or whatever, we can do something different. If he's in the corner of someone, whoever they are, they may be insignificant, but it's because he wants to be there at ringside because Punk is involved or somebody else that he's going to be involved with is involved, and he can be close enough to snipe at him or whatever. It just opens up different ways to do things. He's still going to be on TV. He can still talk. He can still get physical, but he's just not going to be booked to wrestle. And there's consequences to the actions that he undertook. But he, being a heel, is trying to get around and find a loophole. That's more interesting than just, here's a goddamn gas house death match or whatever.
So an effective way to get more heat, you think?
Yeah, that's obviously what they're trying to do. We'll see if it works.
Who do you have him manage? Do you have him manage comparable wrestlers, or just go there with anyone every single week to get involved in stuff?
Well, see, you can do it. You can say, hey, look, Ricky Starks has signed up little Johnny Dumbfuck Because Stark says, I can teach this guy enough in 10 minutes to make him a star. And then he does a job to whoever fucking Starks is mad at, but then Starks jumps that guy. Or maybe it's a different person every week, whoever's going to be involved with wrestling against somebody that he needs to be interjected in with. Or, I mean, there's different ways you can do it. It could be a long-term thing where he gets a new tag team partner or a new cohort. Tully and Arn weren't always in tag team matches, but they were always friends. That type of thing. Yeah, there's a million different things you can do, so I don't know what they're going to do yet, but it's something different at least.
I don't think it'll be this, but I'm just going to say this. It really does suck, considering how things played out and how it wasn't worth it, that they ever broke him and Hobbs up.
Yeah, you're right there. Because Starks and Hobbs, Starks could be the guy talking a little bit more for Hobbs, and Hobbs could be the power guy instead of QT that just nobody's interested in, and just they turn it off. But nevertheless, we shall see about new manager Starks, but they followed that with a package on FTR and the Bucks and their big match coming up, and we've already prognosticated and predicted what we think is going to happen based on the Buckaroos and their overinflated egos for very little reason and their general smarminess.
Can you imagine the heat? FTR's about to lose to the Young Bucks whole family, their dad, their mom, their kids, everyone's at ringside. Punk runs in there and hits him with a fucking chair, throws the chair across the ring, hits him in the eye, costs him the belts.
Punches the other one and knocks him out, costs him the belts, and then we have 6-man tag team matches. That would be the biggest thing that, in terms of a ticket selling match that AEW could put on for, I would think, now or the foreseeable future, and it won't happen because we're dealing with children.
A close-up of the crying Bucks kids. I mean, it would be amazing. Punk and FTR run out of there as fast as they can because they know it's a problem.
If you were the kid of one of those two, wouldn't you cheer and jump up and down if somebody hit daddy over the head with a chair?
Well, you got to get back home. You have to wonder how you're going to get home. You got to be careful what you're going to be filmed doing and supporting.
So the kids can't say their true emotions out loud, is what you're saying.
Kayfabe.